Welcome to the Bob and Tam show today. Pating!
There you go.
2 videos in a row. Today we're going to be talking about something that we've gotten some comments on, and another one that I'm going to go up here and we're going to talk about it and see what you guys think about. I feel they're negative comments, so let me know what you guys think about it. Let's get to it.
Let's go.
Well, pretty much this last series of Biketoberfest, we ended up with a couple great sponsors. You know, Teddy Morris there has been stepped up. We've been talking about Teddy here for over a year now. They came up and stepped up and helped us with some hotel rooms that were while we were there. Midwest Motorcycles gave us a motorcycle while we were there, and the group, which is called
CVB,
they sponsored us and gave us a check to get us there. So here's the dilemma that I have is a bunch of people came on, which I'm going to flash some of these up here too and show you what they are. And wow, if I had somebody giving me a free room, free bike, paying me money, I'd be at every rally too. So, here we go. First of all, just back up a little bit. So, I don't want to say how much we actually got. But, so we ended up having to pay for 5 hotel nights. 2 one night, 2 nights, and 1 getting out of the airport. So 5 nights we had to pay out of our own money. We also had a car rental. So basically, the airplane tickets for us to fly in and the car rental was paid for by
the CVB.
Yes, that money is where it went to that. We didn't have to come to the rally. They paid us for videos.
They wanted us to promote the rally up to the rally.
That's right.
3 months prior to.
So once they gave us the check, I thought, you know, hey, that's enough money to get us there, get us thing. Let's see if we can find some place to get a hotel or see what kind of rates we can get and go from there. So I didn't look it up yet, but for the hotels that we spent money on, we probably spent around $700 to $800 for those 5 nights that we had to pay out of our pocket. So now I'm in the hole. To go back, so Teddy gave us from Tuesday, was it got there Tuesday night? Yeah, Tuesday night till Sunday. We had Saturday night. You had to check out on Sunday.
Sunday morning.
So that's when we went over, got to the airport, and we stayed in a hotel there and then flew out. So there's that. Midwest Motorcycles, we arrived on Thursday. We didn't get the bike till Monday. Okay, so backing up a little bit of this, why do we get what we get? Okay, so people, let's start with Midwest Motorcycles. You know, we've been talking to Heavy Ed here for probably 5 or 6 years.
At least 5. I don't know if we did the first year.
Yeah, not sure.
5.
But for 5 years, we've been talking to him, and he got free advertising from us. Not like all the other vendors that we've had. Everybody from Rick Rack to JP Cycles to the Fairing Exchange to All About CUSTOMZ to whatever, everybody.
All the vendors that we usually support.
Yes.
Because we have dealt with them and we recommend them.
Yes. So we started out our first 3 years with the attitude of saying that I didn't want anybody to sponsor us because I didn't want to be influenced by something. There's actually a YouTuber, I just seen a video today, and I'm not going to say what he's trying to push, but he's pushing something. You know how many emails I've gotten from this company trying to give us that same stupid product? I probably get 2 a day from the same exact company. I'm not doing it. Why do we not do this kind of stuff? Because the problem is I don't know nothing about these products this guy sends.
Or the company.
Let's say we're going to use, for example, Bucky's Cup. Well, I can't really use that because I've been using it for a while. These headphones. So we haven't been using these headphones very long yet. I bought them when we started doing the lives in the studio here. And am I pretty happy with them? At this moment, I'm pretty happy with them. Would I recommend them to you? No. I would say they're good right now. I'm pretty happy with them. We've had them probably 6 months to a year. No complaints about them at the moment. But now she would say, yeah, she don't like to have them on her head. So she's got some complaints about them. But the point of this is I want to make sure if I'm recommending something, it's something that I would do. Like my handlebars on my bike. Actually, I bought those. I won those at an auction. And All About CUSTOMZ put them on for free for me. But I would have... I don't know how many sets of those bars we've sold to All About CUSTOMZ because they are the best handlebars in the world. There is nothing better. I just sold them to a friend of mine. She's had them on her trike for 3 years now. going on 3 years.
Going on 3 years. She got it in store
And
just
so her
3 years
friend
ago.
just bought another set because they haven't decided if All About Customs goes to Arizona Bike Week, she'll have them put on there, or she'll order them from them and then pay somebody else to put them on where she lives in California. But she's rode her friend's bike, her trike, with those same handlebars on, and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the difference. That's right, night and day. Same thing with our digital gauges that we got from Dakota Digital Gauges. Those are the best things. I wish I would have bought them 10 years ago when I got my first bike, Harley. They don't really work on the newer bikes, but on anything from 2019 back, best thing I've ever done. Rockford Sound. We got some speakers and the amp that 3 years ago, we got that installed. I had to pay for the install, but I got the product free from Rockford Fosgate. Right now, the new system is on Rockford Fosgate, which I probably could have got it, but I didn't do it. I'd jump on that in a heartbeat because it is the best. There is nothing. I've dealt with stereos and cars and all this for how many years? How many did you get?
Well,
Since I was
50, 50 years?
Since
At
I've been
least.
driving. So before that, because actually when I lived in Washington, I bought some triangle speakers, the wedge ones that you can mount in your back window. I had them in my bedroom. And so yeah, even way back then. And they were junk back
There was
then.
a CMC store that we bought all of our
Sound system at home. But I used to buy a lot of stuff back in the day from J.C. Whitney. And so that's kind of where I started out on my sound. And then I grew from that. But so the products that we want to emphasize on our channel are products that we know about, people that we know about. We always tell every vendor that we talk to that comes on board, we say we guarantee your product. To where if you have a problem with one of the vendors that we talk to, even if it's not a vendor that we talk to, we'd be happy to be a mediator for you and see if we can straighten that out, which we've done that with a couple dealerships. Because actually for our actual vendors that we have, we've never got a complaint that it hasn't been able to be taken care of. So there's where we're at. So that's kind of my concerns on what people think about what we do. Now, a lot of you realize, which is one of the comments I wrote back to this guy that was commenting too about this, as I said, well, once you decide you want to spend 12 to 16 hours a day working the rally, go
And you
for
can
it.
complain.
Yeah. Most of you know that have met us and spent time with us. We hear it every single day. I just got in the comments this morning. You are the hardest working YouTubers out there. And probably we are. It's sad that we don't get the volume of views that a lot of the other ones get. But what we get, which is being proved now with Biketoberfest, it has come back now. They put us up against 4 other bigger YouTubers. They all had 100,000 plus subscribers. So who got them more clicks? We did. So we're hoping now with what
Because
they're...
of you guys. They
Yeah.
said your subscribers are very, not necessarily loyal to us, but are very interactive with us. So if we show you something or tell you something, obviously you guys take it to heart and you go check it out.
And I didn't know that this was, they were doing this. They didn't tell us that there would be, they just said, hey, here's a code that they can scan QR code to go to their app, which was was a great app. It was very helpful. I looked at it a bunch of times. It was really cool. I liked it. They did an excellent job. Everybody should take a look at that and copy their design. They did a great job for that.
For all the other rallies, hint, hint,
Yep.
everybody else.
So very, very impressed with that. Well, I had no idea. Now, they told me how to hashtag it, but I don't think hashtags can be tracked because we had to do Biketoberfest, we had to do Daytona Beach, and the official Biketoberfest page. And so those are hashtags, but it was a scan. And I've looked it up now, and I see that is a way that you have to pay for it, but they can track that. And so a lot
each
of
one of the YouTube channels had their own scan when they said, "Hey, check this app out."
So we're hoping with this now, this may get some of the bigger sponsors. Because the bad news about all of this is we don't make enough money on this. So we'll go back to the very first year we did this, first full year. So we'll say it's 2021. So 2021, we didn't have any sponsors or anything else. We had to pay for everything. So we hit about 20 different rallies all around the United States. We drug the trailer around, drug my motorcycle, had the golf cart. We didn't even have a golf cart yet. Maybe we did. No, we didn't. So I just had my motorcycle and dragging around. She didn't have a bike at that time. So we're dragging around all over the United States. So at the end of the year, I made, from YouTube, I made $22,000. And you might go, wow, that's great for extra income. It is good. but we spent over $50,000 to do it. So we lost about $28,000 worth of income. And you guys say, well, where did you get that from? Well, we took money out of our 401 plans, and that's what paid for this. So we've been doing that every single year until last year, which we don't have any more money in our 401s. They're down to just a couple $1,000s each in each one of them now. And we're not dying. You know, we both get Social Security. I get a little bit of a pension. So we own some stuff now. So we could sell everything and we'd be very well off. But that's kind of where we're at. So then we decided last year, if they want us to do the East Coast, we went to all of our vendors that we had. It's never paid us a dime. They might have gave me $100, or they might have said, we'll go buy dinner for you guys or whatever. Yes, people have given us stuff. You know, Adam's done an oil change on our bikes and stuff like that to help us out. Because I'll go in and say, hey, I need an oil change, and thinking I'm going to pay. And he's like, you guys, I'll take care of you guys. I got so much business from you. So we get that once in a while, but most of the work I had on my bike, I paid something. Most of the time I get maybe a 20% discount off of it. So like my engine, when I got the cams and the oil, that was $3,600 I had to pay out of my pocket to fix that. And I'm not counting any of that money that we have spent to do this. So last year, that's what we asked everybody is our vendors and said, hey, you know, we got sponsorships. They start at $1,000 and go up to $3,500. Well, until last year, that's the first year we finally got somebody that would go to the $3,500. But everybody else was closer to the $1,000 range, and they're in between. And kind of when you look at the list in the back, that's kind of how they rank. The people who give us the most money is kind of at the top, and they go down. Except for right now, because we've got Twisted Tea at the top, and I put him at the top, down in the bottom here when you look in the comments, because we didn't have him in there. And we explained that in another video the other day, and I ain't going to go through it again. So I put him up on top right now. But if you look at the list, the people at the very top is the ones that have given us the most money, and the ones at the bottom. Sometimes people don't give us money at all, but they've helped us out. Like Haul Bikes. They hauled my bike last year. That saved me probably $5,000, maybe not that much, probably about $4,000 to haul my bike. Maybe not even that much. Maybe it's about $2,000 that they saved me on that. Midwest
Haul it back out and bring it back.
Yeah, Haul Bikes are, and so Midwest Motorcycles. This year they were giving us that bike. Up until that point, they've never given us anything. One sexy biker chick. She let us stay in her house last year. We got to spend 4 or 5 days, which got us to Daytona Bike Week earlier by staying in her place because I figured, well, that'll help us on money. So she got her name on there. So not everybody that's on that list actually has given us actual cash. They might have done something for us. Now, we do have some sponsors that are on our list that are actually our subscribers that help us out. And you can look through the list. I don't know if they want to be called out or not. But there's 2 of them on there right now. We have a third one that's kind of thinking about giving us some money too to help us out. Because it's like some other guy, another YouTuber that I watch. Actually, I give the guy $5 or $10 a month. I'm one of his Patreon people. And it's like what they say, a lot of YouTubers say, and they use this excuse, and I haven't really said it in a long time, is if you're watching us, are you paying for cable at home? Now, we're no longer doing that. We got a stick now that's jailbroke, and I pay $120 a year from a guy. And that's what we watch TV on. And other than that, I'm watching all the free channels, Pluto and all that kind of stuff. I'm not paying $150 anymore for cable.
We have 25,000 channels, and there's still nothing to watch on TV.
Yeah. So we don't really watch a lot of TV. I'm editing, I'm working on videos, same thing like when we're at rallies and stuff. Sometimes we try to just catch the local news to kind of see what the weather's going to be and what catastrophes happened that we missed out on this week or something like that. We don't watch any one particular newscast because they all can have issues. If you watched the video yesterday, you can kind of see we went through that the other day about talking about that kind of stuff. So that's what we wanted to kind of talk about. For those that have been watching us for a long time, would it be better for us to just, like if Midwest Cycles is letting us use a bike, is it better just to say that they gave us a great opportunity or gave us a great deal and then just talk about them versus them giving us the bike to ride? It didn't cost us anything. Or Teddy Morris. But it does get us the chance to...
Well, we're very grateful for the opportunities that we've gotten, and we want to send a big thank you or shout out to the businesses that are supporting us and are getting us to these rallies to get you great information. if it wouldn't be for the YouTube channel, we probably wouldn't go. We'd probably go to Sturgis, but we probably wouldn't go to all the other rallies. And the only reason we go is to do a video for you guys to watch, so to see if you want to come or to see yourself on the video or whatever reason you watch it for.
And so, which is true. We're not... I enjoy what we do. I love giving information. I'm also, really, my expertise isn't motorcycles. It's actually travel. If you want to go I don't want a million people writing me emails, but I can show you how to save lots of money on your travels. I do really good at finding really excellent prices. Very few people can beat the prices I find. All internet stuff that I'm looking for and stuff. I don't use a travel agency or anything like that.
Your sister does.
But I mean, we've stayed in Daytona during the rally and paid $100 a night for a nice hotel. The walls were a little thin, but it was a very nice, newer hotel over in Port Orange. Right by the highways, easy access to get on and off. Actually, it's right down the road where we used to stay with the trailer. Yep. In Sam's front yard, or his yard.
Side yard.
And so where we used to stay with the trailer. Same thing, he used to sponsor us by letting us stay on his property for free. He never wanted any money for it. But he doesn't...
He even a subscriber. He doesn't even watch YouTube.
Yeah, he just met us. And he doesn't even have a cell phone. And we didn't get to catch up with him. Yeah, we didn't get to catch up with him this year.
No.
And we'll have to do it in Daytona. This year was just crazy with the 4 days. It just wasn't enough time for us to get around and see everything that was going on. So that's our question that I was getting to a while ago. Is it better for us? How would you think it would be better for us to say, or talk about our sponsors? Would it be better just to tell you, hey, like, Teddy Morris, they got the Clarendon Hotel. If you're looking for some great rooms, close to everything that's going on, this is the place to be because this is where we're staying at. Would that be it? Would you rather hear that versus us saying that Teddy Morris has got the Clarendon Hotel and they sponsored us by giving us a room during the rally? We want to give a big thanks to them because they're helping us get to the rallies again. So, which is, if it wasn't for what happened for Biketoberfest, we wouldn't have been there. That's why we haven't been there in the last 4 years. We quit going to 4-day rallies because there's no money. You might say, well, you go to Ocean City. Once again, we're sponsored there. That's why we go. Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. We're sponsored. That's why we do that. 4-day rallies, there's no money. How much money did we make on Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue? I made $300, and it cost us $500 for the car. And we got comp the motorcycle, and we got comp for the place that we stayed. Now, we did get a lot of free meals. If we would have ate the whole time, we probably would have broke even. Yeah. Because you probably spend $500 in 4 or 5 days pretty easily just in food. Probably not, but...
Not us. We'll
probably spend $50 or more a day, probably. Because we usually eat one good meal, but... So that could have saved us some money. Ocean City, one of our subscribers, actually puts us up in there. He gets us a motorcycle, and he gives us some cash for spending money. So it doesn't... We're not breaking even on that. But once again, I made $300 or $400 off of that rally, so it kind of balances out to where it was at least pretty close to breaking even. But I mean, even in last year in Daytona, or this year in Daytona Bike Week, we made $1,500. If I would have pulled the trailer, it would have cost us $1,000 in gas and $1,000 just to get home. $2,000 just to get there. Where we paid $1,000 for round trip airline tickets. Now there we did pay for a hotel. Yeah, we paid for $1,000 for the room. And One Sexy Biker Chick set us up for the first 5 days to stay in her place to get there 5 days earlier to give you the preview that we're known for. So there you go. So what's better? How would you think? I need a whole bunch of you to put opinions down there because I just don't need one or two. But I would like to get a good variety of people thinking what would sound better. Because it's not like if I was just sitting at home or you're sitting at home and I'd say, hey, I got a free trip, which we might have. We might have a free stay and a place to stay and free entry into the Buffalo Chip for Sturgis Rally. We're going to raffle that off because somebody's donating that to us. A subscriber actually bought it, and we got to talk to Marcus about it, and he's going to donate it back to us so we can raffle it off to help buy bikes. Because right now, this whole year we've been talking to dealers, and not one other dealer has given us a bike. So we still have the bike. What's sad about it is if you're a veteran and you'd like to win a motorcycle for free, you should enter. I've got like 6 people right now is all in there. And we've totally changed the rules on how we're doing it. and I should do another video on it. I just did a bunch of social media shorts on it that you can see, and I kind of explained it there. First, I was thinking we were going to get hundreds, 50, maybe at least 50 people wanted to win this bike. Once again, I got less than 6. And now I got a guy, one of the people is sending me 100 emails from all of his friends telling me, voting, because I said what we're going to do is we were going to put them all on YouTube or on Facebook and people could vote on them. Well, we had a lot of people say a lot of different things. So I got to the point where I thought, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to wait and get the big group, and then we're going to, we'll contact maybe 5 of them and narrow it down to 5. And those would be the ones we'd let everybody vote on. Well, I decided now we're not even going to do that. What we're going to do now is we're going to do spin the wheel like Adam Amsoil did. We've done it in the past. Years ago, we used to do that. We're going to put those people on the wheel. Like I said, we're hoping to get some more shirts. I'm waiting for the speedometer to show up. The one I had didn't fit, so I got a new one coming. I got to put it in there. That's the reason we haven't given it away yet.
I was thinking it'd be cool to give it away on Veterans Day.
That's close, though.
I know.
I was looking at it before Christmas. Because the odds are I'm not going to be able to get the bike delivered until after January. Because it's probably going to be able to go with the Mecum auction when they send. Because like one of the guys is from Georgia that's very interested. Got a lot of his friends riding. He's been writing me back and forth, and he really wants the bike. And I've got a bunch of you that have already contacted me, but he's gone over the edge now with all of his friends sending me tons of emails. Because he says, "Are you getting my emails?" Well, I wasn't responding to any of those guys, so all of them now I can put down. I got it. So I wrote him back and said, "We're not going to do it that way right now, unless something changes. Unless all of a sudden I get 25 or 50 people entering it, we're going to do spin the wheel. Once I've qualified everybody, figured out where you live, you are a veteran and all that stuff, you get put on the wheel, and you got to be in the 48 state continental here to be able to win the bike. But it will not be, unless you're going to come get it, it will not be shipped out till after the Mecum auction is over, because that's when they're going to leave from here.
January.
Yeah, that's when they're going to leave from here. So we'll take the bike to them, set it up with them to haul it and take it to you, and it's going to take probably about 30 days before you see your bike show up. So you're looking at probably February or March before it's actually going to show up for you. Just a FYI. That's what you get for free. And so...
Well, maybe you shouldn't have the drawing until later.
Well, but I don't want to keep dragging it out forever.
I know,
I'd rather at the end, because we've been dragging this bike out for the whole year here. I'd rather get rid of it by the end of the year, at least know who the winner is, and it's done. And then if we get another bike, great. We're hoping that with the raffle, the motorcycle helmet, we're still doing that. We're going to do some shorts on that real soon. If we get this trip, they're sending it to me now. I should get it in the next few days, next week. Once we read that, get a hold of Marcus. We got to call the Buffalo Chip, see if they'll give us 2 free passes, so that way it's all free. So for $1,000 value of that, and then it's $600 at least the value. So it's about a $2,000 free thing that we're going to give away, but it's going to be a raffle. So I haven't decided if it's going to be $10, if it's going to be $25. I don't know what I'm going to do on it. But it's a way we're going to try to raise money, and same thing with that. That will be given away the same time we're giving the motorcycle helmet away. It'll be given away right before the Mecum auction, because that way we can take that money and go buy more motorcycles. That's the goal. So where we can have some bikes. Right now we talked to all of our dealerships. They all said it's a great idea, but not one of them has sent us a bike yet, or even said they got a bike, because I've got, once again, All Bikes will help us get the bikes to us. So I think the problem is I have to call them every single day, because when they get a trade-in, they shuffle it off so fast, it's gone. I don't have that opportunity. Red Rock, we've been in there so many times that he was on the lookout for it. Now, he may give us another one after we get rid of this one. He may say, hey, by the way, I got this other bike I was just thinking about giving you guys. So it is a tax deductible. Once again, this is a 501c. Not Bob and Tam's, but the bike build for vets. We set it up because we wanted to make sure that everybody knows that the money that we're collecting is going 100% to
a bike to give to a veteran.
Yes, right now there's no administrative costs, there's no video costs, there's nothing. It's 100% gone. No, I don't know if there's any other 501c out there, at least not in the motorcycle community, that's 100%. Even Wounded Warriors and all these other ones out there, they're taking a good 30 to 40 plus out for their expenses.
Administrative
Yes.
costs.
And they have a right to that.
Yes.
That's part of the thing. We could do that too. But at this point, YouTube, you guys, by watching our videos and helping us and our sponsors that we have, is paying for that. We pay for the phone, the website. We've already got
Cards,
We've got about $2,000 we've spent to get the website going and get a business phone and the cards and all that stuff done.
And to get the 501c, that costs
about $1,000. So we did all of it ourselves. So it's. I'm not complaining. We're not doing anything like that. We thought the idea of doing this was we were hoping to get enough bikes that we would be home more. We wouldn't be out doing all the rallies. That we could be like Professional Monkey. We could be sitting in the garage, standing there. That's not costing me a dime to make a video. Us, every video that we go out and do is costing money. Like we were just in Vegas. We just had a Vegas video come up on Saturday. And you might say, well, you didn't have to make a video. Well, I wanted to go there because it was my birthday. I wanted to spend 3 days there. So it cost us $175 for the motel room. Well, we had to rent a car, which you'll have to watch the video about why we had to rent a car. So I rented a car for a couple $100 for 2 days. And so it was about $300 or $400 trip to stay there. So I could say that the video that we put out Saturday cost me $400 to make. Because we didn't spend the whole time like we do on a normal video, but every time we went out and walked around, we took the camera with us and shot some footage and stuff with it. So you'll see some also with the vehicle that broke down. It also was shot during that time too. So you'll see a video on that. I'm working on that, and that's going to be on the Bob and Tam's Cars, Trucks, and Motorcycles. If you haven't subscribed to that, you need to do that because we're going to SEMA. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff going on cars more than motorcycles. So we're going to be covering both. So, and also the AIM show coming up after that in Anaheim. Same thing. There'll be a lot of car stuff too with the motorcycles. So we're going to be trying to get that channel going too, putting some videos out on that for you guys to start checking out and get that channel kind of going. Because typically, when it comes to working on cars and motors, especially the older vehicles and stuff, the family truck here is a 2004. I got to buy a scan tool for it. But I found one for $125, which we'll talk about some of the tools we buy. But I guess I'll put it on the Amazon link. But I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever bought anything from an Amazon store. We've never gotten paid anything from them, so I don't know. Because a lot of times people told you we should do that, but I don't really push the links like that. Just FYI, we're talking about sponsorships and all that. Anybody that has a link down here that you're clicking on to buy, and if you have to punch in a code like their name or whatever it is, they're getting paid for that. That's how that works. Everybody gets, and some people will say it on the videos. They will say that, hey, we get a monetary charge, or we collect a monetary fee from these businesses to help us with our YouTube channels. So some of the YouTubers I know, not so much motorcycle people, but other channels that I watch, they might have whatever. Like we did the visible foam. We didn't really get any money, but they give you 1 month free, which I guess you get $30. So we got $30. We didn't really get the money, but they gave us a month for free. So I've gotten that like 2 or 3 times. So we have some different links down there, but a lot of them I never got any. I don't know if anybody ever did it. We have a gas card too that's down there in the link. I know a bunch of you got it. They've never sent anything to us. So I don't know. A lot of these companies, they tell us you really got to hound them to see if their people are giving money back to you. So in my case, I'm not that interested in all that. If we get it, that's great. If we don't,
those kind of things don't seem to work for us. His mom was a big coupon person and a big rebate person. And she'd be getting all this money in from all these rebates and all this stuff. She'd say, you need to do this, you need to do this. I would get it all together. I'd read all the instructions. I'd had this clipped out. I had this circled. I had this highlighted. I'd mail it all off, send it in, never got a penny back. All the coupons, they were either for the wrong product or the wrong size, or it was expired. So on all that, I think it just doesn't work. For me.
Yeah. Mom made really good on it.
She did.
My mom could rub 2 pennies together and make a $1 bill out of it. Mm-hmm. She was very good at that. And so that's probably why I'm really cheap about looking for great places to stay. No, we don't stay at Motel 6s or anything like that. Used to, don't anymore. So that's kind of where we're going to leave it at today. But this is just another one of the hypes that I got, complaints, things that kind of got under my skin, I guess, when I see things like this. And like I say, we had somebody a couple months ago ask me why I don't address this stuff. A lot of times it's trolls, and trolls are people that come on your channel and say stupid things. If any of you watch Karen, That's the waitress, the bartender that's at all the rallies. Everybody
Sure,
films
Nicole.
her and stuff. She got an Instagram account. Well, she's doing that now. She's getting a lot of people saying hateful things to her. Like, oh, you're so fat and all this and this. Well, she does like I do. I click on the people. You don't realize that if you're making comments, social media,
Your name comes up.
yeah, you can click on it, and now some of them are trolls, but they'll have a fake picture because it's very easy for me to track people down, and I've done this before. Not since I've had YouTube, but I do look at people. I click on people when they make a comment, and I look to see who they are, where they live, what's going on. You go, well, I don't have any of that information on there. Yes, you do. Because you probably put profile pictures on there. Well, all I have to do is go to the profile picture and go to the comments that they wrote and click on those people, and I find somebody that's your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad, and I can track back through there because they're not smart enough to make their page private. So that gives me all your information. So once I find out what city you live in, now I can Google your name for that city. I can get the street that you live on. I can get almost all your digits to your phone number. I can find out usually where you work. There's all kinds of great information on the internet, on everybody. And so it's not that hard to figure people out. But when you click on something, just like for our Sturgis page, I get more on that. Then I get a lot of girls, which could be dudes, that are trying to come on the page, and when I click on their profile, there's 3 pictures, and they were all put on today. So the odds are it's probably some dude or somebody, who knows, but not a real person probably, and not that girl that's in that picture. So it's just like I get it all the time. I was just on somebody's page the other day, made a comment, and some girl wrote me back and said, hey, why don't you private message me? We could talk, da-da-da-da-da. And I reported her to the administrator and also to them that I felt that it was a sexual scam. And then I go back and then I go to their page and report them on their profile to hopefully they get yanked, because if you do that kind of stuff, usually it will work. They will pull it, and if they got a good administrator that looks at stuff, which I look at all our pages. When somebody reports somebody, I look at it. Sometimes I don't know why somebody reported. Maybe it's on the cat house and their video came up and they're like, we're reporting them. Well, we know the cat house. They're advertising their band for the weekend. I'm got no problem putting that on our Bob and Tam's one. I wouldn't want it on the Sturgis one, but Bob and Tam's, either one of those is fine because it's one of our dealers or one of our sponsors. Also, it's something going on in rallies. I have a lot of other people that post on our pages that are just motorcycle related. Maybe it's somebody in Tampa, or maybe it's somebody in.
Well, Stephen a lot will post stuff that's going on in Myrtle Beach area, and it's usually always motorcycle related. And he usually does the Pating channel. He keeps that pretty well.
Stuff on it for me, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But one of the things we're slowly stopping is we're not going to be posting our videos on social media anymore for our YouTube channel. I see a couple. I was told I seen a video saying that you shouldn't do that because it hurts your channel. Because if you come through there, it wasn't through your page. So what I'm going to eventually end up doing is I'll put the thumbnail, which is what Professional Monkey does, puts his thumbnail on there, and then the link down there just takes you to his channel. And then you just hit the first video that comes up. Then you went to his channel and he got to click for that. Well, he never told me that, but I found it on the internet, and then when I kind of look at different people,
Did you ask him?
No, but you'd think he'd say, hey, bud, I want to help you out. I was telling him about his trailer, trying to help him out. He'd say, hey, here's an idea, I do it. But see, we're always willing to help other YouTubers, and I'm not saying Monkey wouldn't do that, but I have no problem ever helping anybody with a channel. Nobody's going to do what we do. You're stupid if you did, because what we do is, there probably isn't anybody out here that does what we do because of, I enjoy doing this. She likes to travel. She loves to meet people. That's probably her favorite part of what we do. And seeing different things and places like that. I love to travel. This is, which it is. I would have never done most of the rallies. We talked about Daytona, me and my buddy Art. 25 years ago, we talked about riding to Daytona, but we figured it'd take us about a week to get there and a week to get home and a week to be there. We'd need at least 3 weeks probably. Because what did I say? I'm not going to get on a bike and ride 600,000 miles in one day and do it in 2 days.
Some of you do
and then I'm going to be dead for the next 3 days because I don't want to do nothing. I want to ride to where, I could do 300 or 400 or 500 miles in a day, depending on how the weather is and how the traffic is and things like that. But I want to be able to get to the rally. We used to go to Sturgis. We were only 1,500 miles away, but we would take anywhere from 3 to 4 days to get there. But what I like is even with the trailer, I like to get there at noon. I want my last day, we get up in the morning at 7 a.m. and by noon we pulled into Sturgis or wherever we're staying at. Because now I got a good part of the day we can run around and get a sneak peek of what's going on. That way I'm a little bit more at ease that night to go to bed versus getting there at 7 o'clock at night going, oh man, what do I need to do tomorrow? I need to go check this out, check this out, check this. And I probably wouldn't sleep at all. So that's kind of what my thinking is how we do what we do. But there you go. So put down here in the comments what you think. It was all about sponsorships, but we've kind of gone all over the place since then. But what do you think about how we should talk about our sponsors? Which we're always going to talk about them. But should we say they're giving us something for free? Because it is. All these other YouTubers that are getting something for free that they're advertising on their channel, they got it for free. They didn't pay anything for it. It's free. So they don't tell you that. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Is that what you think? So with that, we're going to leave it right here.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Put down in the comments what you think. You can combat him and you guys can have it out in comments. How's about that? Support our subscribers and tell them Bob and Tam sent you if you go check them out, because that way they know that they're getting their money's worth. If you've seen them on your channel. There you go. I can't say that.
Not on their channel.
Spit out.
They don't have a channel.
Nope.
They might. Depending on who they are. Some of you do have a YouTube channel.
Don't forget to tell them Bob and Tam sent you.
I got a new Bucky cup, but she didn't give it to me yet.
No, it's up. It's
I got old Bucky today.
He's wearing thin there. We need to check out Bucky's. A lot of people say you should get Bucky's to sponsor
once we get this thing from the Daytona, we're gonna go after Bucky's. Is one of the ones I want to send it to. Well, somebody said we should hire a promoter for us. And well, at first that's your first thought was what she said. Well, then you're paying them money that you already got. Well, no, you wouldn't, because they're not gonna do the ones we already have. They're gonna get us new people that we wouldn't have, and that's what some of the people have told me, that some of these big YouTubers actually have promoters that get them what they get. Because I've always wondered, how does somebody smaller than us is getting all this stuff from Harley-Davidson? Well, maybe that's what they do. They got a promoter. So I don't know.
Yeah, how do you find a promoter you can trust? You know how many times we've been scammed through?
Well, the idea would be, I would hope to get a referral from somebody. We know one guy that's got one, but I don't know if he'll tell me anything or not.
Anyway, we're wrapping it up. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. Hit that hype button. And we'll see you on the next video. Got a bunch of great videos coming out still on Biketoberfest. We did Willie's Chopper Time show. Going to do a big detail video on that. Something else I did too. Oh, we did that marina. That was pretty cool. Yep. Ended up that we walked in the door. I thought the people called and told them we were coming. The lady there was like, "Oh, it's Bob and Tam, it's Bob and Tam." She was a subscriber. Yeah. It's pretty cool. We got to meet her. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought, oh, did they tell you we were coming? She says, no, I've been watching you guys. I couldn't believe you walked in here. And it was cool. She gave us a personal tour, and we'll show you that to where if next time, maybe for Bike Week, if you're coming down, it's worth the $6 or $7 to go check it out. It was really cool. And you got to feed a baby animal. Oh, yeah. You have to check the video out to see what he got to feed. Yeah, and they had bald eagles. Yeah, they did. 2 of them. That was pretty cool. Closest I've ever. Little baby owl. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that, we'll see all of you. I don't know if there'll be a video tomorrow or not, but keep looking for it. Right now, no lives. We're thinking about maybe doing a live on our pay channel for members. Probably do it for all the members to start out with, because it's gotten to be when we do it on a Sunday, we just aren't getting enough people to watch it that it actually could hurt the channel. But if you do it on the pay one, it doesn't affect your channel. So might be something we start doing. So if you're not a pay person, check that out. Maybe we'll do it this Sunday. I don't know. Or last Sunday. This Sunday. I don't know. Tomorrow. Wow. They ain't watching this tomorrow. This is Monday. Well, so sometimes it might have happened yesterday, or it might be next week, Sunday. We'll be doing it. There you go. That way we can still do our lives for a while, and we got some other videos coming out. And check out our social media. I got TikTok now we got videos on. We got Instagram. We've got X. Those are 3 other things besides Facebook. We are doing that stuff, and there's ways that you can get monetized on that. I'm signed up, but I don't know when you get monetized. Right now we're not getting a lot of views. Amzol Adam was saying he needed a few more people to get his, but I don't know. It says, looks like I'm already monetized, so I don't know what it's his son's helping him, so I don't know. I gotta talk to somebody who knows more about all that junk. Because I know some people like to watch short videos. So, there you go. Bye. Bye. Pating to the nation.